Hello friend, ignore the hair. I'm about to literally fix the bangs while I give you this update, but I figured I would share the first book that I am reading for this, actually reading the books that I pre-order this year. And it is Home is Where the Bodies Are by Geneva Rose. And I have a very hit or miss relationship with Miss Geneva, so this is actually what it came in. So it came in like a VHS cassette cover, which I think is really cool for the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. However, I have a hit or miss relationship with her because I absolutely loved her book, One of Us is Dead. It's one of my favorite domestic, gossipy women thrillers of all time. However, I haven't read The Perfect Marriage yet. I hated You Should Not Have Come Here. Like, that book was absolutely awful. And then I have this one. So, like, I don't know. Is she a one-hit wonder? I don't really know. I still have to read The Perfect Marriage to find out. However, I am 44% into this. And I started it last night on Katie's Sprints, and I'm just flying through this book. Now, that is the one thing I'll say. She has very easy, bingeable writing. Camera died. Anyway, I'm going to fix my bangs as I'm talking to you. She has very bingeable writing. But so anyway, this story is about these three kids. I can't remember their names right now. Like Beth, Nicole, and Marcus or Michael or something. Anyway, there's these three kids, and when they were younger, their dad abandoned them, or when they got older, their dad just kind of left randomly and didn't explain why. And so after that, their lives kind of went downhill, and like Michael ended up having a successful career, Beth gave up on her dreams, and Nicole became a drug addict or something like that. And so basically 7 years later, they're all coming back to their town to say goodbye because their mom is dying and she's in hospice, and Beth has been taking care of her the last couple of years. So they all come back to like say goodbye after the funeral and, like take care of business and figure out like what they're getting from her and whatnot. When they stumble on this VHS in the attic that basically shows their dad standing with blood all over his body saying something bad happened, and then more happens in that video, but I'm not going to tell you because that's not revealed on the back of the synopsis. And it's basically them trying to solve why their dad really left and what actually happened. And apparently, a bunch of people have predicted this, and I don't know what's going to happen, but then again, I haven't read a thriller in a hot minute. I will say, it reads really fast. I don't need the 4 different perspectives because you have the perspectives of the 3 siblings and then of the mom, but the mom is from the night of the event happening. I don't need that many perspectives. I don't really care for all their internal monologues. Their fighting is just very vanilla to me because, like, my family is a little cray-cray. So it's just kind of at the moment. Like, we literally just got to the video, like, maybe 100 pages in. And so that was a very slow start. So I am interested in seeing where this continues. I will definitely probably finish this today. And so you'll probably get an update from me again in a little bit because, like, this book is only 250 pages. It reads super, super fast. But yeah, that's our first book. So starting off with a bang.
Oh,
but hold on.
Shh.
But today is Mother's Day, so I don't know what we have in plan for today. But I know that at Bible study tonight, the women are going out for dinner without the kids, so that'll be fun. Hello friends, it's later in the day. Sorry the air is on, but I don't want to turn it off because it's hot outside. Anyway, I'm coming here with a couple of different updates, okay? First update being, I finished Home is Where the Bodies Are this morning. It's still Mother's Day. I finished it because I needed to know what was happening, and it is a 3-star, okay? It's a very, very standard, very predictable thriller. In fact, it is exactly like one of the books that is blurbed by an author on the back of the book. I'm not going to tell you which author, so, like, have a little intrigue with that. If you don't want to know, then don't read who blurbed it. Anyway, it's just very predictable. I did figure out rather quickly what was going on. I had 2 ideas and was like, no, I'm pretty sure it's this one, and it was. It did nothing special, wasn't anything new. I mean, I still thought it was easy to read. I like that the author wrote this about her hometown, and she has, like, pictures of her visiting and, like, what inspired her, like her old house, childhood house, and how her parents always used to, like, VHS tapes in their family and all that stuff. So, like, I liked it, and I'll still keep picking her up, but, like, I don't know, her books are just kind of feeling like they're being popcorn released, like, like she just needs a new book to come out, and so she's not spending a lot of time trying to be creative, is what I'm getting at, but it was still a good time, okay? So, like, I think this is a great thriller for someone to jump into the thriller genre to read, like, if you've not read a lot of thrillers before, and you're still getting used to, like, twists and turns and stuff, and, like, I think this one is good. It's not too crazy, it's not too scary, and that is that. But I am a little sad because I was pretty anticipating of this. I am still going to keep it since it's a 3-star and I did enjoy it, and I want to be able to keep the little VHS thing that it came in, even though it's starting to have trouble already. Like, these things are freaking annoying. But I'm going to keep this because it looks cute on my shelf, and I think it'll be fun. But it was a 3-star, unfortunately. But I knocked off one of my anticipated reads, and so I am about to start the next one. And I kind of just picked based off of one that I keep putting off on my Libby, and I finally rented it, and it's going to go away in 9 days, and so I should probably prioritize it. And that is An Education in Malice by S.T. Gibson. I did read A Dowry of Blood in 2022, I think. Gave it a 4-star. Didn't 5-star it, although it has beautiful, lovely, flowery writing. Had a really, really great time with it. It just wasn't a 5-star feeling for me. And I'm pretty sure this one is a dark academia one, which I do love. A good dark academia moment. I don't know too much. Let's see. It's about a women's college, isolated and ancient. On her first day of class, Laura is thrust into an academic rivalry with the beautiful Carmilla. Together, they're drawn into the confidence of their demanding poetry professor, Dr. LaFontaine, who holds her own dark obsession with Carmilla. But as their rivalry blossoms into something far more delicious, Laura must confront her own strange hungers. Interesting. So I'm assuming there's vampires and that is teacher-student, like forbidden affair. I'm very intrigued. Also, this book has deckled edges, and I love a good deckled edge. I know that's not for everybody, but that's for me. But I figured I would come also on here and show you a little bit of bookie mail. I'm just going to show you all the mail in no semblance of order. So at my church today, they were giving away homemade salt scrubs for the moms. And I got one that is rosemary oil, coconut oil, orange zest, and dried rosemary. It's supposed to be like a Dead Sea salt scrub. And it smells so good. Like, oh, I cannot wait to use this. So, very excited. Happy Mother's Day to me. And then Lincoln made me this cute little tote, this little sunflower tote. And then I'll pop in a picture of what Eloise made me, which obviously she did not make me that, but her teacher did, and it was very cute. And then while I was at, for Mother's Day, my husband decided to take us to Blue Agave, which is my favorite Mexican restaurant. It was so good. And then we went to the local Second and Charles bookstore right after that, and he said that I could get whatever books I wanted. I mean, not whatever, but like, you know, if the price is right. And it was for 2. And so at Second and Charles, whatever the top 10 books that are like trending, I guess, at that time, I don't know how they determine it. It changes like every couple weeks. They put off for 50%. And I keep seeing this book in the 50% section, and I just keep not getting it. And Neva's going to be sad because I almost picked Pucking Around, and then I decided I didn't want it because I finally saw this and said, I'll bite the bullet. It's 50% off. And that's Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I wasn't sure if I was going to read another Ali Hazelwood, but I'm kind of interested because, you know, it's paranormal and has like werewolves and stuff and a vampire. So like, I'm going to give it a try. And then I also got Mountains Made of Glass by Scarlett St. Clair, which is a fairy tale retelling, which I'm pretty sure it's a Beauty and the Beast / Rumpelstiltskin retelling, which is quite intriguing. And yeah, I heard Tori from Tori Between Books talk about this, and so that's why I picked it up. But yeah, those are the 2 things I gifted myself. And we have to talk about a very special package that arrived the other day that I'm literally obsessed with. Look at this beautiful, stunning copy of Manacled. Like the Dramini fanfic by Sen Lin Yu that is now has been taken off AO3 because she finally actually got a published deal, but she can't use Harry Potter and Handmaid's Tale, so she changed it and now it's called Alchemized. But I wanted this. I wanted Manacled, right? And so I found someone that was actually just selling these for like the actual price of making the book, like not for an arm and a leg, which is ridiculous because you shouldn't be profiting off of other artists or other authors' works. But like she included like fan art, like I need to find like my favorite picture. It's towards the front. It's Draco. He looks stunning in this picture. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. I just can't, okay? This is a prized possession. This is never going to get hurt. I am going to annotate this, but I also don't want to annotate this. Like, I'm probably not going to highlight it. I'm probably just going to put tabs because I don't ever want to ruin the beauty that is this book because I don't know if I'll ever have a chance to own this book again. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So anyway, that was a fabulous gift. But I've been talking for way too freaking long now. So I'm going to go start An Education in Malice. I probably won't get very far because I have Bible study in a couple minutes. And we're supposed to go eat El Indio, even though I just literally ate tacos like 3 hours ago. So like, I don't know if I'm going to eat tacos again that soon, but it's fine. Anyway, off to read this. Good morning, friends. I feel like I look very chaotic. This morning has been very chaotic, okay? I woke up 15 minutes before we were supposed to be out the door. Thank goodness my husband has to close all of this week, and so he was home and he was able to help me with the kids, and we only left 5 minutes later than expected. So we got all of us ready in 20 minutes or less, which I think is impressive for having 2 little kids, but you know, it be what it be. Anyway, I started in Education In Malice and I'm about 40 pages in, so I'm about 12% in. I'm obsessed with this book. I'm obsessed. It's unless it goes crazy, it's gonna be a 5-star. I already feel that 5-star feeling. I mean, I just love the writing, but I mean, that was to be expected because it's S.T. Gibson. I love the gothic, dark academia vibes. I'm a dark academia girly at heart, and I'm just obsessed, okay? So this is about our main girls, Laura and Carmilla, and Laura is a freshman and Carmilla is a senior, I'm pretty sure. And Laura joins this new university, St. Perpetua's, and she gets invited to join this poetry writing class led by this Professor De La Fontaine, and apparently it's like a bunch of seniors and her. Like, she ended up getting in because she's special. And she gets in, and she's finally, like, the competition that Carmilla, who's, like, the snooty, bitchy, like, girl, like, dark, disturbed girl in the class, finally has competition because, like, she's always been better than everyone, and Laura's finally giving her a run for her money. And she doesn't like that, and so, you know, she's going to have to take her down a peg or two. And so it's, like, their academic rivalry. But then also there's something going on with teacher and student, with Carmilla and De La Fontaine, and there's some other stuff in this. And, of course, it's going to be sapphic. Of course, there's going to be a vampire at some point, like... I love this. And so we go back and forth in perspectives between Laura and Carmilla. So far, we've had 3 chapters of Laura and 1 of Carmilla. First off, I really like the narrators. I love the way that Carmilla speaks in this book. I don't know. It's all just working for me. I love the way it's written. I love the story. I'm hooked, okay? I'm hooked. I'm having a fabulous time. I just cannot wait to keep reading this book. Like, that's all I want to do is read this book. So I'm very sad that I have to stop for now. I hopefully will read a lot of it today. It's just so good. Like, this is a success. Okay, I need to actually get ready for the workday. I have a week and a half left, friends. A week and a half. Friends, ignore this terrible setup on my head, but my hair is drying, okay? And we needed to film this update. I don't care. Like, we look weird in vlogs. It is what it is, okay? Let's update on An Education In Malice because I did not update you after I started this book because I just didn't want to stop reading this book. It was a 5 stars. It was fabulous, okay? But, like, what was I expecting? Because first off, the writing is just stunning. Like, there were so many quotes in here that I wish I had tabbed and, like, annotated. And so, like, if I ever read this again, I definitely will. Or, like, even how she starts the book. It's like, Massachusetts greeted me with a riot of autumn color. Gold, ochre, and russet were my welcoming committee as I stepped off the plane and loaded my 2 suitcases into the car that would take me deeper into the state and on to the next 4 years of my life. I'm like, just things like, that's just beautiful writing to me, okay? It's just exquisite, okay? I just oh, and love is sacrifice. Whether it's you on the butcher's table or not, someone always bleeds, okay? I just love this book. Anyway, if you need to have any more desire to read this, it's sapphic, it has vampires, it's a gothic, dark academia setting. Like, what more do you need me to sell to you, okay? Anyway, I will say, there was a twist in this book that I didn't see coming. And I did like it, and I was really vibing with it, okay? I was vibing with it, we were making our way, and then we got to the end, and I was about 30 pages away from the end, and I was like, how is this book gonna wrap up? Like, I don't think it's gonna be done in 30 pages. And while she wrapped it up in 30 pages, I don't necessarily think the ending was that great. Like, I had other ideas of how I wanted that to go in my head. It didn't go the way that I thought. It just kind of feels like she didn't know how to end it, and so she ended it in, like, the safest way possible, which is fine. Like, it's still, like, a fine ending, but it doesn't match the characters and how they've been acting this whole entire book, like, especially Professor De La Fontaine, like, what happens to her at the end. It just doesn't match up with her character type, okay? And so, like, her character arc just felt a little askew at the end, and so I didn't really appreciate that. But I didn't knock it down for that because I was obsessed with this book. It hooked me right from the start. Like, I just wanted to keep reading this book. Like, it was just a good time. And so, very glad that I finally, like, read this book and prioritized it because I'm so excited, especially for their new book, Evocation or Evocation, that comes out at the end of this month. And so I'm definitely excited to do another pre-orders vlog soon so that I can read that one as well. But that is very awesome. But anyway, while we're here, I figured I would share some books that I got for my mom for Mother's Day. I got North Queen by Nicola Teich, which I don't know a lot about this, but I've heard it's a fun fantasy romance. And then, of course, I had to get The Veiled Kingdom by Holly Renee because everyone and their mom is reading this book right now. And so I'm going to also be reading this book in the very soon future. But I was deciding between two books to finish this vlog out with. And so I'm going to bring both out and then tell you what I decided to go with. Now, while I wanted to actually read like funny story or just for the summer because I have to read this for a book club this month and I just really want to read this soon, I don't have the audiobook. They're not available to me for eons and eons and eons of years, so I'm just gonna have to read with my little old eyeballs, and I just don't got time to read with my eyeballs right now. So it was between The Invocations by Crystal Sutherland, which I have the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, pink sprayed edges. Like, I absolutely loved House of Hollow, so I do want to read this soon. Or Powerful by Lauren Rogers, which is like Lauren Roberts, which is a little like pocket edition. I just love it so much. And I decided to go with Powerful because this was the audiobook that I could get. I have a 12-week wait on The Invocations, and this is on script, so that is what I am reading. And so this one, I believe, is Adina's story. So Adina is Payton's best friend in Powerless. And I'm not going to tell you like Adina's story in that one because like that's a spoiler. But anyway, this is about Adina, I'm pretty sure, and what she's doing while her friend is like doing the purging trials, like while Payton's off and gone. This is Adina's story. And I'm very excited to have this because I love Adina so very much and I wanted to know more about her backstory and her life and her character. And so this is a novella, right? So it's, how many pages? Is this like a... I don't know. Can you hurry up and just... Oh, okay. It's about 230 pages, so this should be a short little read. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to start this very soon. Probably tomorrow, because I'm going to watch a little bit of The Circle while I finish my hair, if I'm being true, because I'm obsessed with The Circle, and I'm rewatching season 2 again, because why wouldn't I do that? Okay, but I will come back to you tomorrow with a little update on Powerful. Alright, Lincoln, what game are we playing?
Jumanji.
Who's winning?
Lincoln.
Lincoln's winning. I think Mom's winning.
No, Lincoln.
Alright, let's keep going. It's your turn. Oh, okay, I gotta read it. Oh, it's about snakes. You gotta roll a 3. Alright, go. Good morning, friends. It's been a minute since I've done an update because Wednesday night, as you saw, we had dress rehearsal for our show and I put a couple clips in because, you know, I like seeing that sort of thing. And then yesterday I woke up in having severe back pain because I didn't stretch properly. And so now it throbs and pulses right here. And I'm really hoping that it goes away by tomorrow because my show is tomorrow. But anyway, I need to update you real quick because I read all of this in one sitting last night because I forgot that Brittany's Change Your Fate readathon for her Patreon is happening Friday through Sunday, and I really wanted to participate in that, which meant I needed to finish this book because this is the last book that we needed to finish for Sunday. And I have thoughts, okay, because I gave it 3.5 stars, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts while I do my hair. So, I started the book, and I wasn't that into it. And so this one we talked about follows Adina. And Adina is Peyton's best friend from book number 1, Powerless. And in book number 1, you know, Peyton gets selected to go be into the purging, into the trials. And Adina, of course, is sad because that's her best friend. Like, they live in the slums together. Like, they help each other out. And Adina is a seamstress. Well, I guess she tries to, you know, continue living life in the slums, stealing stuff, and gets caught by the Imperials. And she gets away from the Imperials because she's saved by a man named Makoto. And so they end up realizing they both have a friend in the trial, so they want to try to help escape. And so they're going to do a plan together to be able to see them. And so it's their story, their love story, and then it's also how Adina ends up getting to be her seamstress. And then if you know about the book, what happens after that. And the book itself was fine. I thought their relationship was too insta-lovey. And the end really got me. The end was really brutal. That's why I bumped it up a star, because it was really, really sad to read. Just because I know what happens. But I liked it. I just feel like it was a little too insta-lovey, and I don't know. I just couldn't get past that. Like, I get that it's YA, but it was just a little too much for me. But I still really enjoyed it, okay? So, like, it was cute. I appreciate that we got Adina's story, but it wasn't anything to, like, write home about, so that's kind of what it is. But anyway, that is my update for Powerful. So if I was to rank these in order, which I don't even know where my home is where the bodies are is right now, I will not pick it up right now. But if I was to rank them, then that one would be the lowest. And then we would have Powerful. And then we would have an Education in Malice because this was a 5-star, okay? But, like, I'm so glad that I read more pre-order books for my pre-order vlog. I'm definitely going to do another one of these because I have so many pre-orders that I need to prioritize and get to. But I'm glad that I finally read 3 of them. If you got to the end of this, let's put a needle emoji. Do they have that? Or a vampire emoji? Let's do a vampire emoji. And let me know, are any of these on your radar? Is there any book that you haven't read yet that you pre-ordered or that you want to read that's from 2024? Let a girl know. And with that, I will see you guys in another video very, very soon. Bye.